If cricket is a religion, then this is the perfect playground. At least for the Indians living in Melbourne, for whom this is more than just recreation.
Hall was available to be used, and we had a lot of Indian students right across the road at our university, and there was this problem about them not feeling safe. So it was a number of ideas came together at the same time.
Aditya, Chennai.
Ronak, Dehradun.
Indran, Chennai.
Raj, Bangalore.
Shankar, Chennai. Amitoj, NDTV.
In a matter of few months, the St. Columba's Premier League, or SPL, has grown from 8 teams to 30 and 2 different leagues. What's more, it was a team comprising of only Indians that finished first this season.
To be honest, I'm not a cricket person. I used to play basketball, you can see from high. Then when I came here, my friends told just try cricket, dude. And I started playing last June, and yeah, I'm loving the game.
Not to forget an all-girls league which is planned for next season.
We've been here in Australia for just about a week now, and we're already missing India. I can only imagine what these youngsters must have gone through when there were racial tensions between Indians and Australians right here in Melbourne. But the good thing that came out of that is this place. In Melbourne with Jaideep Bhandarkar, Amitoj Singh for NDTV.
Welcome to Australia's only multi-sports museum. From the car Jack Brabham drove to become the only man to win the Formula One World Championship driving one of his own cars in 1966, to the bicycle Australia's first Tour de France champion Cadel Evans rode in 2011. This museum has it all.
We're one of probably the largest collection of sporting memorabilia globally. I've been working here for 4 years, and I'm in exactly the same situation, and I come in here every day and constantly finding new surprises, new objects, new bits of trivia, memorabilia.
The museum has different sections. The one on Olympics is dedicated mainly to the 2 games Australia has hosted.
4 hours you spent out here, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I'm not done yet.
In the cricket section, one has historic artifacts dating back to the Maharaja of Patiala. The Legends section pays respect to the best of India and Australia, and the Shane Warne hologram leaves you stumped.
The dressing rooms at the MCG. I spent a lot of time here over the years. I remember my last test match ever at the MCG, walking off, sitting in my little corner with Michael Clark, Glenn McGrath and the rest of the boys.
Being at the MCG, the museum has been kind enough to give the G a section of its own. Albeit with shocking facts like how much beer was consumed on Boxing Day in the Ashes series of 2006.
So there you go. This is the interactive section of the National Sports Museum in Melbourne. And as you can see, I have got Adam Gilchrist out by about 496 centimeters. So if you ever come to Australia, this is the place to be. In Melbourne with Jaideep Bhandarkar, Amitoj Singh for NDTV.
Legends have ruled this arena, an arena named after the man who is still considered to be the greatest tennis player ever, Rod Laver. So is it a surprise then that the centre court of the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne is truly special?
There's not a bad seat in the house. You can sit, the 15,000 people can sit anywhere, whether they're on the top tier. It's all really one tier, and so if you're sitting in the first seat or in the last seat, you have a fantastic view. There's no unobstructed view.
It's not just the nail-biting tennis that this arena is famous for. Just take a walk down the Walk of Champions and you will know what we are talking about.
Rod Laver Arena is an amazing place. I've seen NMM there, I've seen Lincoln Park, I've seen Elton John, I've seen all the greats there. I've seen swimming, yes, they've had swimming. They cut the tennis court out and they put swimming in there.
If you plan a visit to the Rod Laver Arena, be sure to check out the Australian Open trophies from over the years. See Sania Mirza and Mahesh Bhupati's name on this one.
Just walking here at the Rod Laver Arena gives me goosebumps, and that's only the effect of the tennis history associated with this place. For 11 months in a year, this place is not even used as a tennis venue. It is actually used for live concerts. At the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne with Jaideep Bhandarkar, Amitoj Singh for NDTV.
Outside the Melbourne Cricket Ground are statues of Australia's sporting legends. The statues, many of which are of legends from cricket and Aussie rules football, have been donated by a Victorian gaming and lottery company. Sir Don Bradman, Keith Miller and Dennis Lillee are some of the cricket legends whose bronze statues are outside the MCG. Shane Warne is the latest one to be added to the collection.
The second India vs Australia test was the 100th test match played at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The first one was played way back in 1895. And the SCG Museum houses memories of everything that happened in between.
It's been open as a museum since 1977, but before that it was actually a tea room.
From cricket purists to the general visitor, this place has something for everybody. From scorecards dating back to the first England-Australia match to India's first tour of Australia in 1947, led by Lala Amarnath. Signatures of each member of India's playing 11 from that tour and images of the late Tiger Pataudi's team. A short walk takes you decades ahead to India's current champions. The Bodyline series might have turned to ashes, but it comes alive here along with other great battles that the SCG has witnessed. It even has Steve Waugh's lucky red handkerchief.
We have what we talk about as the friendly ghosts in the museums, which you know, is I guess sometimes the spirit that comes alive when people look at the exhibitions and talk about the stories that are behind the objects.
Well, isn't that an interesting facet? Legends of the game talking about the history of the game. Those talking heads were actually projected all over this cricket museum in those little circular depressions. But floods in February 2010 here at the Sydney Cricket Ground destroyed that technology. This is all that could be salvaged. At the Sydney Cricket Ground Museum with Jaideep Bhandarkar, Amitoj Singh for NETV.
Western Australia has produced a number of legendary cricketers. And their cricketing journeys are best captured in this WACA museum. The museum also has a strong Indian connection. Kapil Dev took his 400th test wicket in Perth and he was gifted the ball.
Western Australia was the first team to play India on their first tour to Australia in 1947. But when the Indians landed out here in Perth, it was raining cats and dogs and they could not practice. Cricket lovers, the Bowen brothers, actually invited the Indian team to their department store where, believe it or not, they had an indoor cricket net.
It was an amazing story and we've got a photograph signed by those guys.
The infamous incident of Dennis Lillee using an aluminium bat during a match also took place at the WACA. In fact, the ball used in that match still has the mark of the aluminium bat. From the cricket bat of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji to the memories of Sir Don Bradman, this museum has a variety of sporting history to keep you involved. In Perth with Jaideep Bhandarkar, Amitoj Singh for NDTV.
He has been called the secret weapon of the Indian team. Meet Govindraj Govardhan, better known as Gogo. A favourite with cricketers from all across the world, so much so the BCCI has hired this chef to cook food for the Indian cricket team on their tour down under. This recognition is started because of Sachin as well, because if it is good enough for Sachin, it is good enough for anyone else.
This is Adam Gilchrist, one of the best gift for me. That is the last test gloves when he retired. He said, the true taste of Indian.
Gogo started as a chef in Maurya Sheraton in New Delhi. Once he had travelled the world, he combined his passion of cooking and cricket to open Madras Curry House, a cricket-based restaurant in Perth.
Best place to come for Indian food.
Wonder what he cooked for the Aussies after they made some Indian curry in the Perth Test.
Alright, so we've got a feel of this cricket-based restaurant, but not of Gogo's cooking. And because I'm a paneer connoisseur, I am going to put this paneer dish to the test. It's a tough one. I think I'll give it 9 on 10. But then again, this place is not known for its paneer. It's actually known for its lamb cutlets. I'm a vegetarian, so I will skip that. In Perth with Jaideep Bhandarkar, having a go at Gogo's paneer, Amitoj Singh for NDTV.